This is your Loudoun County Weather Outlook, model outlook. So we look into the future, see what's going on today. Continuing to the muggy conditions and warm weather, highs will be in the mid and upper 80s, but good chance of showers and storms today. Due to the slow movement of the storms and the amount of moisture available, we do have a flood watch out from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. today. The mugginess will stick around overnight, and then tomorrow it's kind of similar highs in the upper 80s to around 90, with a good chance of afternoon showers and storms. And then the same thing on Saturday, although the temperatures come down a little bit, maybe low to mid 80s. Same as Sunday, low to mid 80s. And then Monday could be the best day of the week coming up with highs in the low 80s. And then as we head in the middle and latter part of next week, we could really warm up. A little bit of a model battle going on is whether or not we'll get super hot or not. And I feel like just the trend would be that we move towards hotter conditions. But is it the GFS that you trust or the European model that you trust in the long range? It's a good question. We'll look at the anomalies here. First, let's just go through this really quick. Then I'll show the next 24 hours, kind of the amount of precipitation expected. And we do have a severe threat as well this afternoon for stronger severe storms. As we move forward, we just see that we're just staying in the soupy air mass. Now, these heights at like 576 and stuff above, that's pretty high. If it was sunny, we'd be much hotter than we are, but the moisture is keeping that temperature down. And here we go with another disturbance moving through tomorrow into Saturday. So we do have a good chance of some showers again on Saturday and thunderstorms. Just have to see how this pans out. Exact timing and stuff on this is very, very difficult. Even Sunday here, we do see some moisture around, but the side of the north is really trying to push this moisture further south. We'll see if it wins out or if the moisture in this system kind of works itself out. If so, we could be more showery on Sunday than it looks. Monday, this high is really domineering. It is showing some what we call cold air damming, drier air trying to move down the east side of the mountains. We'll see if it can do its thing. That's what the forecast is showing now with highs in the low 80s and sunny conditions for once on Monday and Tuesday. The sun sticks around as there's no disturbances in the air and this high kind of takes hold. But you do see the climbing heights here as well, and with sunny conditions, we're going to start really warming up. So by the time we get to Wednesday, we're talking about highs in the mid-90s. This is a really high height, 576. And this is the upper level things. This is a heat dome kind of forming over the middle part of the country. We're feeling the heat of it in the area. So highs 90s looks very likely towards the end of next week into next weekend. And then that dome really establishes itself. So you can see 576, 582. And this is really, really hot weather, especially down here over Florida. So the heat dome this time is a little further south, which puts us into a northwesterly flow. And a northwesterly flow in this time of year does bring pulses of thunderstorms as little disturbances kind of migrate around the periphery of the ring of fire, is what they call it. Ring of fire, firing of thunderstorms. And we see that really show up in the models as it's trying to show us that has potential. In the long range, we'll see if it can come true. Oh, this is 0Z. No wonder I was like, this does not look the same. I apologize. It is still showing the same thing, but here we're going into next Thursday, and you see it's a little more little more prominent here on this 6E. So this is this morning's run of the forecast models. You see those thunderstorm complexes kind of coming together, moving and rushing through the area. I think this is very, very likely. And then this is the potential cool down. Is the GFS right in this in the long range? If it is, it could bring cooler conditions for us as we head towards the latter half of July. We'll see if that can come true for us. Let me just show you what I mean. If it does come true, you'll see that in general we're going to be pretty close to normal. Next week we do have a little spike. Let me move this up because I know that I'm in the wrong location for you guys to see here. Temperatures are hovering closer to normal. I mean, that's humid, highs in the mid and upper 80s this time of year. So it's very typical normal. But look at these cooler temperatures at times due to the rain showers it's predicting. That's why we're seeing like this prominent, 2 to 3 to 5 degrees below normal. Remember, that's low to mid 80s versus upper 80s, so it's not a lot of hot. By Tuesday, we see this warm air. This is a warm air about middle of next week. Like I said, that could be mid 90s for us for a bit. And then it tries to bring some cooler air on these northwest flow. These low pressures or these little migrating storm systems will bring us a little bit below normal. But remember, though, 3 to 6 degrees below normal, so we're talking low 80s. All that seems fine, and then we get further out, and this is where the cooler air really tries to, with that front coming through, really tries to assert itself. And so we're going to see this cooler air get pushed down into the region, and then kind of really cool us off towards the end of the month. We'll have to see if this can come true. It has been showing up like this. That's that strong front that moves through. But remember, we're not talking majorly cool down. We're talking like, a little bit below normal. Still could be very, steamy this time of year. But look at that compared to the European model. So let's just go over to the European. And so here I'm just looking at the temperature anomalies. This is this morning. It's only through 144 hours. But look as we head into next week. So I'm just going to quickly go into the middle of next week. So that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then look at Wednesday, Thursday. Look at this. Boom. Heat. The heat dome kind of elongates out and starts really pushing our temperatures above normal. And so we see them getting above normal towards the end of Wednesday of next week. But that's not as impressive as look at the 0Z, same time frame. Again, I'm going to move it into frame here. So we get out to next week. Look at these 10, 12, 13 below above normal. Remember what time of the year we are. Upper 80s is normal highs. So you're talking 10 to 12, 13, 15 degrees above normal. We're talking low hundreds again. So let's hope that this isn't true, but it's very, very possible. All right, really quickly, the forecast here on the rain totals for the region. We'll go ahead and get local and see what we're talking about for the rain totals. Over the next 24 hours, we could see those showers and thunderstorms, so we could see half an inch to an inch. This is all important because if we look at our drought situation, we're really above normal. And over the next week, maybe between 1 and 1.5 inches of rain is what's forecast. Obviously, if you get a shower or thunderstorm over you, that's why we have a flood watch up today. If you get one over top of you, it could bring a lot more. So that's why they're doing that. And if we look at the forecast for the severe threat, and we go regional here with us in our backyard, and you look at the 4-day panel here for today, you see that we do have the threat of winds, and we do have a slight risk now of severe weather for today. And the biggest threat, again, being winds. There's nothing else that really looks like a threat at all. So I've expanded this a little bit from this morning's map that I was showing even on my forecast update. So slight risk of showers and thunderstorms today with strong gusty winds. I think if we get any sunshine at all, look for the much higher likelihood of this coming true. Anyway, that's what I have for the forecast. Be on the lookout for today. And do we have a heat wave next